Hey Akshay, what's
Hi, hi.
up?
Let's not pretend we've
Hello,
just
hello.
seen each other. We've been here an hour.
We've been talking for an hour.
Yeah, we've been bullshitting.
So yeah, we spoke about a lot of controversial things, right? So controversial that we were afraid to put it into video anyways. But there's some lesser controversial things that I want to talk to you about.
Are you sure?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I'm very sure. Don't worry. I won't put you in a tough place.
Hmm.
Uh, Basically, like before I bring you to the actual topic, I want to understand what are your thoughts on feminism, and do you like do you subscribe to the ideology of the current wave of feminism, although some people deny that there's any wave and it's always been like that.
Hmm.
Whatever it is, right? Do you subscribe to the present day feminism, and if you do, to what extent? Do you
Okay.
have like terms and conditions?
Okay. First of all, let me remind you, you told we were speaking about less controversial topics
This is
in the
not
beginning of the video.
controversial. I've not told
Yeah, yeah.
put any kind of.
There'll be our faces and
It's
banners
not. It's
in all of those feminist Instagram stories. I mean, whatever makes us famous. So,
yeah. Okay.
anyway, um, yeah, feminism. I'll just tell you where it stands in my social level in my head, right? I'll just tell you where it stands in
Priorities.
my head. Yeah. So
Okay.
uh, when I discovered feminism, like without any external impact, I just discovered feminism and I studied about feminism and I was like, good, because like women need empowerment. This was a while ago, no, like probably a decade ago. So I was like, yes, women need empowerment, and I think it's like understood by equally by all that yes, women need empowerment because they've been subdued by men for like all of history. So I was like, cool, yes. And for like the first 2 3 years, it was like feminism, yes, nice, good. Don't go against women because they'll use this card against you. So it basically started
Uh,
scaring me, right? And then for the last 5 6 years, where social media has got to the point where it's just exposing people. Like everyone got on social media, everyone tried acting cool, and now everyone's just, even if they don't know, we can just transparently see everyone and what everyone's doing. So we're, social media basically exposed everyone, and all 9 out of 10 times when it comes to the topic of feminism, I see that the whole term and the whole movement is being used what I think is for the wrong purpose, right? And out of these 10 times, it's been used by a woman or a group of women who want to get their shit done because they have been offended somehow by what a man did, and they just like dump all the feminism and women rights thing on them and like get whatever they want. And yeah, and I try to look at all of this entire scenario objectively, and like, I'm sorry, I'm a man, but even if I weren't, I'd still say that most of those women were wrong in that concept, right? And what I've also realized is everyone sees it, and the whole aura and like the whole power around the word feminism and the whole movement has just gotten to the point where it's like gone underground now, because nobody really expects much when the whole concept is got up, because we know that it's just going to be some um, I don't want to say narrow-minded people, but I'd want to use it here because uh, using a social stigma because you're also included in it just because you're a woman and using it to your advantage is going to backfire eventually, which we've been seeing at least recently, where women don't really get what they want because they've imposed this equality amongst all and everything. And when the men just let them, okay, fine, let's just be equal, that's when the women don't agree, because the argument is only fun until the women are losing because they can use the feminism card. And when we've
yeah.
put everyone on the equal plane, that's when the argument doesn't get fun, because then that woman or the group of women actually have to do the work and not just talk
Right.
around. So yeah,
Mhm.
I when feminism comes up, I either run away from it, not because I'm scared anymore. It's just that I know it's just gonna waste my time, and
Mhm.
yeah, because the thing is, at least people of our age, we're unaffected individually by this word feminism or the feminism movement because we don't have anything against women to begin with. I think the way we're brought up, I think the way uh, we're brought up in this society, at least after in this 21st century, we're not brought up with the same mentality that men two centuries ago were brought up with, that you are superior and you're better than women and you control the world. We don't think of it in that way. Women to us are equal opponents to us as men are, probably better opponents to us than men are. So yeah,
Okay.
it's just a trend that got its high, and now a lot of people are suffering because they took part in the trend.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. I see. So the way I understood feminism was initially it sounded to me as a wake up call to women to realize their potential.
Hmm.
Okay. It
Yeah.
wasn't like women are weak, so let's empower them.
Yeah.
No, that was not the case. They was
Hmm.
basically saying women are as powerful as men.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us the opportunity?
Hmm.
That everybody was on board,
Yes.
including men. Like there were really
Everyone.
influential men who got behind that because they knew that, oh yeah, 50% of our population can actually be used in workforce. Let's bring them on board and increase the productivity of whatever society they are living in,
Yeah.
right? That's what led the industrial revolution of America, where half of the population was fighting a war. They
Hmm.
of course needed somebody to build things to fight the war, right? That's when women came into the creating tanks and other industries,
Hmm.
like basically weapons for the armies of the entire world. It's not just America, even Germany. A lot of women started contributing whatever they could for the war efforts,
Yeah.
right? They no longer wanted to be sitting at home waiting for their husbands to come in coffins,
Hmm.
right? But now I see people hijacking uh, this term or maybe this ideology as a way to just keep complaining.
Yeah.
Like they do not want to take responsibility of their actions. They just want to blame the system for almost everything. I'm not saying that the system is actually oppressive, right?
Hmm.
See, all sorts of hierarchies or like the system, whatever they want to call it as, will eventually get corrupted. And that is why we need people at the bottom to be woke,
Hmm.
to be aware that the system is actually getting corrupted and like wake up the people on the top and tell them, hey, look, people at the bottom are suffering.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. You're not an opposition. You're a person who gives an a different perspective. See that's the thing about left wing and right wing politics. They've forgotten that they have to work with each other and not work against each other, and that's also true with feminism and men's right activists and all these things. And why specifically I'm talking about men's right activists, or like why I brought that up also, is because I watched a documentary by Casey. It's called The Red Pill, right? So
Hmm.
Casey is a she's an actor. Uh, she's a very influential person, right? If you like check her out, you'll be impressed. Uh, you might have seen her in Evil Dead, or any other movies.
Oh.
She's usually the blonde chick who always dies.
Okay.
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 Yeah, the blonde chick who has really good screaming sound and she always
Oh.
dies,
Oh.
right? So that she usually had those kinds of roles, and she was tired of being in those roles,
All right.
right? So initially she thought she was being given such roles because she fit into a particular stereotype.
Hmm.
Okay. Now that encouraged her to get into this feminist movement where she wanted to look out for better opportunities. She was in her right sense asking for better opportunities, right? That is like that's harmless. Like it's the right thing to do, ask for better opportunities, right?
Okay.
But at the same time, she was also finding that this particular film industry was so corrupted, people were abusing their power, and that got her deeper into that rabbit hole. But recently, she was trying to understand what is red pill movement, where men are starting to realize that suddenly the women are getting more power. This can be in terms of legal actions also. So a lot of the laws that came into effect in the last 40 years, although it says like, we are trying to bring women on power by making certain changes in the law and trying to be non-discriminatory, but at the same time the law itself was discriminatory.
Yeah.
So, like for example, the laws that are there in place at the time of divorce, right? Usually, the mother gets the rights on the kids
Hmm.
by default,
Hmm.
unless the father proves that the mom is not capable of handling the kids,
Yeah.
right? If those laws were truly non-discriminatory, then the judiciary has to decide which of the parents is more capable of looking after the kid and how much does the other parent have to contribute to the kid's future, at
Hmm.
least in the short term or whatever. So she wanted to understand what is this men's right activism. Is it just angry men just sitting in at the comfort of their laptop and typing away angry comments on people? So she goes into the other side of the spectrum. Till now, she's been eating blue pills, right?
Hmm.
Basically, being told you are oppressed, men are, angry, men are too powerful. They always, do really terrible things to you. The reason why you're not landing up better roles in film industry is because men want you to see that way, right? So this was that victimhood kind of status that she
Hmm.
had subscribed to. And then when she actually went and spoke to men's right activists, tried to understand their perspective on feminism, that's when she understood that the feminism ideology has been hijacked and it no longer stood for what it had been started for, right? uh, so there were a lot of contradictions within herself, like uh, although feminism itself was standing for gender equality, but at
Yeah.
the same time, the effects that it had been happening, like the effects feminism, the modern type of feminism has been, uh, what you say, has been making changes to the laws, the judiciary systems, to the societal systems that are in place. It's becoming more gender discriminate. Like it's keeping
Hmm.
women in a bubble where women are uh, they don't no longer have to be held accountable for certain actions,
Yeah.
and it's just men are just dispensable, right? They don't take into account that. See, simple example, okay? Tell me how many hotlines are there in India that serve women specifically. Like anything goes wrong with a woman, tell me how many hotlines are there. You
Loads.
can't even put a number to it.
Yeah.
Like
Loads.
millions of hotlines,
Hmm.
right? But when you say like, dude, this is gender discriminatory, but like there's no hotline for men,
Yeah, there isn't.
right? So their counter argument is like, you have other hotlines which are general for the population. So
Yeah.
what are we implying? Are we dispensable? So men are just people, but
Hmm.
women are women,
Yeah.
right? So that's what she tries to understand, like how has she come, like how has she not noticed all these changes? And if you watch the documentary, you'll get a better picture about what feminism should have been like or should have stayed like.
Hmm.
And you'll understand that the men's right activists are actually really sad people uh, who are caught in the crosshairs of these feminist activists who ended up making really terrible changes to the society that has ruined families, taken lives, uh, and a lot of other things, like destroyed societies also. So yeah, pretty interesting documentary. If somebody is listening to this podcast, they should give it a try. Like I'm not saying like if you are a left-leaning person and like you think this is gonna brainwash you. No, it's not. Just watch it with an open mind. Uh, if not anything, you'll at least understand what the other side has to say. You don't have to agree with everything that the documentary says. You just have to
Hmm.
go through the documentary, just like how Casey went through that entire journey of understanding where she was and where she is now
Yeah.
in terms of feminism.
So let's try to put some perspective into this, right? So say say this was men to begin with before the whole feminism movement started, and this was women to begin with, and I think everyone would agree that women were of much less power, right? So
Yeah.
now, so now, do you think that women have? I mean, I'm pretty sure some people would disagree with me that women still don't have power, but by what we're seeing and by, um, I mean, at least in some ways, do you think women have? We know that women hold more power now just because of the laws that are in place, but do you think that they've gone with this? Do you think this curve has gone where women have got more powerful, or do you think this curve has gone where women got here and then they've got more powerful by decreasing the power of men? What do you think has happened?
Okay. 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 So this is men.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
They're powerful. They're just powerful.
yeah,
Okay. This can be in terms of money or in terms of what status they hold in the society. They're here. Okay. That doesn't exclude them from the problems of being a man in a competitive society against
yeah,
men.
yeah.
Okay. Now
Very
comes
competitive.
feminism.
Yeah.
Now there's women here. Okay. I'm not saying that they were never oppressed. Let's assuming that they were oppressed, right?
Yeah.
For all the right reasons, they were here. And then feminism hits them, right? So there's the first wave of feminism that's like voting rights. They come up, right? They're almost equal. Then there is industrial revolution. Women want to go to work. They come up here, right? No problem. Men were not affected. Women got whatever they wanted. Cool.
Yeah.
Both are equal.
Yeah.
Now what happened after this was they destabilized the societal structures and certain laws in place which were actually meant to help women, but at the same time they forgot that it was supposed to be non-discriminatory,
Yeah.
and the problems that men had initially got more exposed, and like it's destabilized, and like men are falling. Eventually there will be a point where if we don't correct some courses right now, whatever we are doing, there'll be a place where men will be like, fuck you, why should I go to war?
Yeah.
You're equal, right? Come and take my place,
Yeah.
right? So a man who's going down a manhole, he'll come out of the hole and he'll say, fuck this. Why
Yeah.
should only men go down the man? Why should only men climb up the power grids and like, clean it up in spite of knowing that if something goes wrong, I'll be electrocuted to death, right? So I think women should understand uh, how much a man sacrifices, or how much most men sacrifice to keep this entire human civilization running
Yeah.
with non-stop for so many centuries. And fine, you might call it, this toxic masculinity is because of patriarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but give patriarchy its due. You are having this, feminism debate on Instagram, or on the internet, or whatever platform, which were built by this
Yeah.
patriarchal society. Okay. So if it was all evil, right, they would have built an Instagram where women don't even have a voice. If we were truly evil, if these men who created these very powerful evil systems, right, they wouldn't even allow you to talk in the first place, because the easiest way somebody can overpower you is by making you go silent. If you cannot talk, you don't have power.
Yeah.
So that is what I think. See, I think at least in India, people are not so politically motivated to bring in feminism and like, warp the minds of our young girls in the country. I think most of our women are smart enough to understand that there are some Western concepts that cannot be applied in India, right? There's a lot of other cultural factors that come into play where women understand that there is a reason why a man behaves whatever he's doing, whatever the way he's behaving, and there is a reason why a woman has to behave in a certain way, at least in the Indic civilization. So
Yeah.
in the West, it's not that way. Their culture is not in that perspective. Like, see, you may say that why do women always have to take care of the house? Why do only men have to go out of the house? That was not the case. It's basically man and a woman have an agreement. Look, I'll go out of the house and I'll do all the dirty work. You stay at house and maintain this. It's not ordering her. It's just
Yeah.
an agreement
Yeah.
dividing the work that has to be done, right? Plus, like, dude, women have this power to mold an entire civilization, dude. Like, if so, I don't know if there's God or any other thing. Okay, let's say nature has given such a big responsibility for a woman to give birth and to actually nurture kids. You're basically shaping an entire generation and a generation after that. At least two generations you are nurturing. You're making sure that these people grow up and become decent human beings.
Hmm.
What more do you want? So the different, so again there is a argument like, why are household women, I mean housewives, they don't have much choice to say working woman is the new standard. No,
Hmm.
the only difference between a housewife and a working woman is both of them are working, but the payoff is monetary in a working
Yeah.
woman, and a woman at a home making sure that the family runs, her payoff is the respect that the family gives at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
Hmm.
So if
And
there is a housewife who is actually oppressed, that
hmm.
basically means that the men of the house don't even respect her efforts to keep the house running.
Yeah.
That's when I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm on board. I think feminism is
and
needed.
and we agree that that still does happen a lot, and
Yeah,
I think applying the concepts of feminism there and making sure that that particular person gets to the same level as the men in the house, yes, totally agree. But when you make rules for a particular incident or for a particular situation which applies to all of the men, that I think doesn't
blanket
hold.
rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense, because a small secluded incident is designing the future of all the other men who, I would say, aren't as screwed up as we frame them to be. Because if all the men were screwed up, then the society wouldn't have been this way. It's just some screwed up people who screw up the name of their families and stuff like that. But
Yep.
I think what we're painting it to be is some screwed up men is screwing up for all of, screwing up things for all of the men, and
Yeah.
I don't think we should generalize things in that way. It happens.
Hmm. But the
Yeah,
reason I think there's a
lots of
another factor
conversations,
that plays into.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So so why I think men are being silent at the moment, taking all the shit, you know, getting all the blame because some guy decided to touch a woman without her consent, or
Yeah.
being an idiot at a concert, being an idiot at a bus stop,
Hmm.
being an idiot in the house also. I like there are some really disgusting people who do it to their family members also.
Yeah.
But the
Okay,
sane
okay.
men,
One
like,
second, okay? Stop right here, okay? As men, okay, when we find out about things like these, what is your immediate response towards a person like this?
find about which the stupid incidents that happen.
Yeah, a guy doing stuff like that. What is the thought process going in our mind? Do you want to personally go beat that person up, or you're like,
Yeah.
fine, he's a man? because
What the
because the way it's portrayed in a society, it basically says that, yeah, men are fine with it. If we're not, dude, I would
No, no,
personally
no. So,
destroy the
yeah,
person's
yeah.
life.
There's a slight difference in that I want to make in your statement, right?
Hmm.
So the modern day feminists, this includes both men and women who
Hmm.
subscribe to the modern version of feminism. They assume
Hmm.
that all men are okay with women being oppressed.
Yeah,
That's not true.
it's not true
That's
at all.
not true. It's a very minute population of mostly men
Hmm.
who want women to be suppressed
Yeah,
because they have a very twisted version of the society in their head.
yeah,
And to assume that the rest of the men population is the same is so disgusting. And I find most feminist men disgusting because they just kiss asses.
yeah. I mean,
They
that's
do not believe in the feminist movement. They just kiss asses. They're doing it for all the wrong reasons. I know few people who say yes, yes, yes to whatever a feminist says,
Let's not get there.
because because they have all the stupid reasons what the feminists are fighting for. Okay, they have traitors within them and they don't
Yeah, yeah,
realize.
yeah. I think we should conclude this right here because this is a never-ending conversation and there are never-ending
Yeah,
scenarios. So we've got to have a different argument for different scenarios. But what I think what we should conclude this with is that taking one incident where a man suppressed a woman or did something which because he's physically stronger, and concluding that all men are screwed up is not the right way to go about this at all, or saying that
yeah,
men have no power, because if that's true, okay, a girl in a village who's being suppressed by all of these men would not feel comfortable in a city because still men. The men are not going anywhere, and how
yeah,
can you say that, oh, I'm feeling scared there but it's so much better here. And it's
mm,
not like men in the city have been given a special lesson about feminism. Like, no, they're not. It's just that
right,
some men are screwed up, and I'm sorry, but some women are screwed up too. But it's just that the
yeah,
whole societal culture is in such a way that a woman being suppressed is a big issue, but a man being suppressed is just him being weak. It's We've got to fix things from the root, and I don't know what else to say. It's just a very sensitive topic, and I don't want to get too deep into it.
because it's so sensitive and so complicated. I think the viewers should watch the Red Pill, because it puts things more structured.
I should watch
Like
the
the
Red Pill.
things that we are talking about right now, it's more structured in the documentary. It's nothing polished. It's very rough cuts. I think she's like an amateur in editing videos, but I really liked how it was presented as an overall package.
Yeah, it
There's
says she's
no
an American film director,
correct. Yeah, yeah.
and
She learned how to make documentaries on her own. She wanted to be a film director before, but yeah,
hmm, yeah, I think
yeah,
we should end this here. We'll probably come up with more jolly topics to talk about while we can, because if we're in this entertainment industry, which we basically are,
huh.
um, I think entertainment should be of the happy kind. Not to
Good,
say that this
good.
is not a happy kind of entertainment. Some people get their highs from this.
Find
I'm not
this
judging.
very, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
good. So that concludes today's video. Please watch Red Pill if you can, or if you want to change your perspective on certain things,
Yeah.
or at least get to know what are other perspectives. Subscribe to the channel
Yeah.
if you really want to.
Yeah. I,
If
I,
you
I,
want to just listen to two guys talking random
True.
topics.
I just want to like say something. Is that to all the women out there, right? Because I'm a man, and like seriously, I'm sorry, I'm a man, but like I was born this way. But the thing is, if personally, I think Atish and I both, if we ever see one of you, being suppressed or being assaulted by someone, we will come there and we'll fight until we're dead or that other person's suppressed to save you, okay? But what you also need to understand is we would do the same thing if it was a guy being suppressed as well by another man. We look at
Right.
all of you as individuals and people being suppressed instead of a woman being suppressed, so we gotta go fight for her. I'm not gonna do that because you're being suppressed. I mean, I'm eventually going to do that because you make surprise, but that's not going to be the reasoning in my head. I'm going to save you no matter what and no matter who you are.
Hmm.
So, just, yeah, don't think that all men just support other men. No, no, no. If I see
Good.
three girls beating a guy up, I'll stop them and I'll probably punch one of them in the face because they're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Cheese.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, boy.